Hello, I'm Father Robert Ballecer, the Digital Jesuit, and welcome to a New Year's analog unboxing. That's right, folks. It's the last gasp of 2020. Now, I think most of us are very happy to see this year go. But you know what? If I can say anything, I will say that it's forced us to really take a look at what is important. Take a look at what we desire in life, and also maybe to take a look at how our civilization, how our society is structured. But that's for smarter people than I. What we're here to do is to talk about tech, specifically about this. Now, this is a wonderful piece of tech. It's actually something that I've had in my personal gear for quite a while. It's a DT2000 from Kingston. Now, you might be saying, but Padre, that's just a flash drive. No. This is not just a flash drive. You see, this is an encrypted flash drive. Now, we already had an encrypted flash drive, and there are lots of quote-unquote encrypted flash drives on the internet. But what makes this special, and the reason why it has earned a place inside my gear bag, is that, well, when you think of an encrypted drive, most of them work this way. There is a unencrypted partition, normally a small one, maybe 10, 20 megabytes, that holds the interface software. Now, that interface software is what allows you to actually access the data on the drive. It's what gives you the little field where you could type in your key. Well, that's great, except it means you have to install a client on your computer, which means you have to have a client that is compatible with that operating system. Well, that's great if you're running Windows, probably OS X, maybe most flavors of Linux. But if you've got an older machine, or if you've got an operating system that's a bit on the strange side, that may not work. This, because the UI is actually part of the device, it's a physical part of the device, means there's nothing installed on your operating system. It means that the only thing you have to worry about is whether or not you have the code. There is a keypad, this wonderful little thing here, this a 10-digit that allows you to put between a 7 and 15 number pin. Now, if you don't have the pin, this is a brick. There's literally nothing that you can do with this. It won't allow you to access the data. It won't allow you to even look at the files. It won't even allow you to mount the partitions. If you plug this into a computer right now, all it will do is say, hey, you plug something in, I have no idea what it is. And that's really what you want out of your encryption. You want them not to be able to even poke at the file. The file doesn't exist. The data doesn't exist until you enter the proper code on this keypad. Now, that is a fantastic way to run your security, because it means that without that, they can't even find out how large your encrypted files are. Now, the encryption goes all the way to the NAND memory, which means if someone were to desolder the chips and try to read them alone, they'd get garbage. It's encrypted there. It also means that unlike other controllers that encrypt just the controller, so that the chips themselves are actually unencrypted, this has got the hardware, it's got the horsepower to do real-time encryption all on its own. Now, the other wonderful things that you're going to like about this is the fact that it's USB 3.1 Gen 1. It's 135 megabytes per second read, 40 megabytes per second write. Now, there are a lot of USB drives, including the ones that we've already looked at for these days of giveaway, that are faster, but they don't do real-time encryption. This is full disk AES 256-bit encryption. It's IP57 compliant for water and dust resistance, especially if you put it in its little aluminum cover. It's a 7 to 15 pin number pin, and the encryption key can be deleted after 10 failed attempts. So if someone is messing around with your drive, they put in the wrong pin 10 times, it actually deletes the keys, which I like that. Some people are a little afraid, but this is not a place for you to put your only copy. It's a place for you to put a copy that you need to carry with you that you don't want other people to play with. Now, it works with Windows. It works with Mac. It works with Linux. It works with Chromebook. It works with Android. It works with anything that recognizes a flash drive. And again, that's what I like about doing the interface here, because once you have typed in the right pin, it's just a flash drive. It's just a flash drive. And as long as your operating system can read the file system that you have this formatted with, it looks at it as just a flash drive. Your computer's not doing any of the encryption or decryption. The computer's not doing any of the handling of the PIN. You do it here, and to this point, it's a regular flash drive. Now, the reason why I have it plugged in is you may notice there's a little light blinking. It's because there's an internal capacitor that will allow me to enter in the pin even when this is disconnected. This is straight new out of the box, so the capacitor was completely discharged. But I need to be able to enter a code. So the default is 11223344. Let me show you how easy it is to set this thing up. So I hit that key. It gives me red, 11223344. Hit the key again. And green. Now I can double tap this, and now I can put in my own code. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I mistyped that. And then I'd have to retype it. Now, when it's green, it means that it's unlocked. The minute you disconnect, it switches to locked again. This is another really cool feature. If you pull it out of the computer, it immediately encrypts. There's no keys I have to say, okay, go ahead and lock down. No. Okay. Hypothetical situation, there's Dave Wiggins standing over your shoulder and he wants your data. Well, no. All you have to do is pull it out of the slot and it's immediately re-encrypted. And remember, if they enter the wrong code 10 times, it deletes the keys, rendering all of the data unreadable, unusable. It's really that simple. You can keep it in your little cover here. And now you've got 64 gigabytes it's a digital vault. It really is the strongest encryption I have seen. And it's probably one of the slickest implementations for people who travel a lot. Now, it also has read-only and timeout locks, so there's a code that I can enter to go into an admin mode. And in that admin mode, I could say, all right, for now, make the data only read-only. So it's possible for me to copy my data onto it, put it into read-only mode, and then hand it to somebody else. I don't have to worry about them deleting the file or changing the file. It's also got the ability to change the timeout. When does it automatically lock? How long does the drive have to go unaccessed before it locks itself? So, I love the fact that Kingston is thinking about all the different ways that a business traveler or an enterprise person might use a device like this. It's FIPS 140 Level 3 compliant, which means that if you're in an enterprise with enterprise security policies, this will fit right in. And, I've lived and died by this thing for the last couple of years. You might have seen me show this off on Know How, on This Week in Enterprise Tech, definitely on the new screensavers, because this is one of those rare pieces of tech that has just traveled with me. It's really that good, and it's really that simple. You can get these in everything from 8 to 16, 32, 64, and 128 gigabyte capacities. They're a little bit pricier because, again, you've got to include the hardware to do the encryption actually on the device. You're not leveraging anything from the operating system. The 16 gigabyte version is going to cost you about $95. The 32 gigabyte version is going to cost you about $122. This version, the 64 gigabyte version, will cost you about $157. So again, if you are looking for a way to safely carry data, and it doesn't even mean that you're going to a country where you're worried about espionage. It just means if you want a place where you can put stuff that you wouldn't want other people to see without your access, this is a really, really good way to do it. Now, you know what comes next, right? It's time for the giveaway. I've showed you the unboxing. You've seen the cool tech. Now, the question is, who among you want to walk away with this? Now, hopefully you've all registered. Hopefully you've all gone into the Twitter feed of Padre SJ, and you have been able to put your name in the hat for the drawing. Now, remember, it's cumulative, so we've got all the day's entries here. And as long as you don't win, because if you win, I'm going to remove the entry that won you the day, you just keep getting more and more entries for the subsequent days of drawings. Now, again, don't worry. This is only day 4. We've got 10 days. You've got 6 more chances to win something. But as has become our way, we're going to be completely transparent about this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to dedupe the entire day, which means if my bot picked up and if I inadvertently double entered anybody, it's going to remove them. We don't want anyone to have an unfair advantage here. So we're going to up to data and remove duplicates. How many dupes did we get? 1. Okay, that's not bad. So 1 person tried to sneak in with a double entry. That's fine. And now we go from up to row 524. That's where we stop. And we start at row 34. So 34 to 524. That's what we're going to be doing. Now, we've got a random number generator that I've been using the last couple of days. It was the very first one that I found when I went into Bing. I didn't make it. I have no idea how it runs, but I have run through it to make sure that it actually is random. But here's what we're going to do. Let's go to 34 to 524. So now I've got all of the rows that are in the doc are in here. It's going to randomly choose a number, and the entry that's on that row is the winner for today's prize. But because we do want to be transparent, I'm going to wait for the people in the chat room to give me a number between 1 and 10. That's the number of times I'm going to hit the generate random number button. Again, just as to throw in a little bit of extra chaos to show you how transparent this is being. And that last number is going to be the winner. So, chat room, give me, I got Scott here. Scott Renberg says 6. So hopefully you've memorized your numbers. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 521. Okay, well, let's take a look. So entry 521 would be all the way at the end. Oh, my goodness. Okay. We have a winner. Gromish. Now, winner, but the question is this person in the stream right now? There's a good chance that he or she is not. And this is how we've been working it. I'm going to DM them on Twitter. This is why I said it was really important that people follow me, just to make sure that there's nothing blocking a DM. Gromish has 60 seconds to respond. If he doesn't respond, we draw again. Now, last night, we had to draw 3 times before we got a winner. So don't hang up. Don't go. Here we go. Let's jump into DMs here. And what are we going to say? Hey, bro, you won some swag. If you can reply in 60... Oh, I should spell that properly. Reply in 60 seconds. Or less. Now we're going to give him exactly 60 seconds. I've got a stopwatch. So I'm going to start this at the same time that I hit the message. He's got 60 seconds. Otherwise, you all get another chance to go. Now, how do you feel about this? Do you want him to win? Are you happy for him? Or are you being honest and saying, I hope he doesn't respond because I want myself an encrypted USB drive? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. I had been running Jeopardy music at this time, but yeah, there's takedowns that... Oh, jeez. Okay, that was less than 10 seconds. Gromish, you are the winner. Congratulations. Okay, hold on. One moment. Okay, so Gromish does win day 4 of the uberGeek Days of Christmas. He is going to be getting a brand new, not this one, because they don't want you to have the one that I unboxed, a brand new Data Traveler 2000 from Kingston sometime after January 4th. I'm going to explain all this in the DM, but when you do win, I'm going to say the same things to you, which is Kingston doesn't open up until January 4th. So after that time, give them about a week or so. They've been really good about sending out gear, but I'm going to give them all of the addresses of all the winners, and they're going to send everything out en masse. So if you didn't win, there's still plenty of time to go. We've got 6 more days, including 1 more day when we're giving away one of these. But tomorrow is something a little special. You see, I know y'all are big on SSDs, and we've got another one. And this one just happens to be a 500 gigabyte A2000 M.2 drive. So if you are looking for an SSD, this is a great one to have. Until then, hey, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's just about New Year's here in Rome, and I want to wish you all the best. I hope your 2021 is better than your 2020. Until then, I'm Father Robert Balacer, the Digital Jesuit, reminding you that there's no uberGeek without you.